And with that, my bill's next on the agenda, so I want to turn the virtual gavel over to Representative Gomez. Chair Gomez.
I'm sorry, just a moment, Madam.
That's okay. With that, maybe I'll move my own bill before the committee real quick. I move House File 1735 before the committee for possible inclusion in the division report. And with the Madam Chair's okay, I would like to also move the DE1 amendment.
Representative Joachim has moved the DE1 amendment. Can you please explain to us what the amendment does?
Yes, thank you, Chair Gomez. The DE1 now I lost my place here. Just a minute. I've got to find my notes. Here we go. Madam Chair, thank you. The DE1 amendment actually just updates the tables with the February forecast.
Any discussion to the amendment? Seeing none, all those in favor of the motion say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? The motion prevails and the amendment is adopted. So we have the bill as amended before us. Chair Joachim, to your bill.
Thank you, Madam Chair. And I, of course, picked this time to get the coughs here. Thank you for hearing House File 1735 today. This bill further invests in our property tax refund and renters credit program. This program provides a little support for folks earning lower wages who are on fixed incomes and struggle to afford the cost of safe housing as well as meet other basic needs. In particular, the renters credit is effective at reaching the lowest income households in our communities all across the state. About 3/4 of households receiving the renter's credit have incomes of $40,000 or less. The property tax refund provides similar relief for folks in owner-occupied housing who earn lower incomes, maybe seniors on fixed budgets, or families struggling to make ends meet. This bill would lower the copay for renters to provide relief and would both lower the copay and increase the maximum refund for homeowners. There are letters of support in the members' packets from the Municipal Legislative Commission and from a large coalition who are supporting the added investment in the renter's credit. There's also an informational packet from the Minnesota Budget Project. But members, I just want to let you know that after receiving the revenue estimate, there may need to be some adjustments made to the property tax refund portion of the bill before the division report. But I want to get the proposal in front of you for discussion and for folks to hear how successful these programs are. I have 3 testifiers with me today to highlight just that, and I've asked them to be brief as we have one more item on our agenda after this.
The first testifier is Mr. Dahl. Mr. Dahl, welcome to the committee. Please introduce yourself for the record and proceed with your testimony.
Good afternoon, Chair Gomez and members of the committee. My name is Michael Dahl. I'm the Public Policy Director with Homeline, a statewide tenant advocacy organization. And through our hotline, we offer free and confidential legal advice, receiving over 1,000 calls each month. What we have heard from Minnesota renters is that the renter's credit is a critical asset. The relief provided by the renter's credit is urgently needed for people struggling to afford rent. As noted by a pre-pandemic report from the Minnesota Housing Partnership, the State of the State's Housing 2019, in the last 2 decades, the median renter income has decreased by 5%, yet the median gross rent has increased by 13%. The cost of rent is rising faster than incomes, and renters just can't keep up. Additionally, affordable housing is hard to come by. 22% of renter households pay more than 50% of their income in rent. Because of this, renters are often made to choose between essential items and paying rent. The renter's credit allows people to purchase things they need. Recipients use the credit to buy essential items like school supplies, clothing, non-perishable food, soap, cleaning and laundry supplies, toilet paper, and for far well in advance, even gifts for the holidays. They also use the renter's credit to pay for expensive necessities like insurance, car repairs, license tabs, dental care, eyeglasses, and medications. A while back, we heard from a 75-year-old woman named Joyce from Spring Lake. She lives on a limited income, and she shared with us that in order to make ends meet, she has to cut her pills in half just to make them last longer. She relies on the renter's credit to pay for her medication as well as the eyeglasses and dental care. This is not an isolated incident. Since many of these purchases happen locally, the credit also also helps local businesses. An increase in the renter's credit is needed to help low-income renters afford essential items and boost Minnesota's economy. Thank you for the time to testify, and I'm happy to answer any questions you may have.
Thank you for your testimony, Mr. Dahl. Next up is Nan Madden. Ms. Madden, welcome to the committee. Please introduce yourself for the record and proceed with your testimony.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members of the committee. My name is Nan Madden. I'm director of the Minnesota Budget Project, and I appreciate the opportunity to testify in support of the renter's credit provisions in House File 1735. And I'd like to thank Chair Joachim for bringing this bill forward. Like all Minnesotans, Minnesota renters want safe and affordable homes for themselves and their families. But as you've heard, some Minnesotans earning lower wages or on fixed incomes struggle to afford the cost of housing and other basic necessities. Our renter's credit is a powerful tool that the state uses to put a limit on how big a share of a household's budget can go towards paying their property taxes. It refunds a portion of the property taxes that renters have paid through their rents. Minnesotans can qualify for the renter's credit if they meet income limits and their property taxes are considered high for their income level. As Chair Joachim mentioned, I provided a handout to the committee that shows the positive impact of the renter's credit in Minnesota and in each county. 30% of the households who receive the renter's credit include senior citizens or people living with severe disabilities. And this percentage is higher in many parts of greater Minnesota. In fact, there are 21 Minnesota counties in greater Minnesota where more than half of the people who receive the renter's credit are either seniors or people with disabilities. This bill would provide an average $57 in additional renter's credit for 275,000 currently eligible Minnesota households. This bill responds to some of the economic challenges faced by Minnesota renters, and many of those who would benefit are the essential workers that we've all come to count on more than ever. Thank you for the opportunity to testify, and I'm happy to answer any questions.
Thank you for your testimony, Ms. Madden. Next up, we have Paul Eager. Mr. Eager, welcome to the committee. Please introduce yourself for the record and proceed with your testimony.
Thank you, Madam Chair and members of the committee. My name is Paul Eager, and I'm Vice President of Governmental Affairs for the Minnesota Realtors Association. We're a statewide business trade association with over 21,000 members, working with buyers and sellers of all types of property in every corner of the state. Thank you for the opportunity to testify today in support of Representative Joachim's House File 1735 and the support that this bill provides homeowners by increasing homestead credit refunds. The homestead credit refund program makes housing more affordable. Saving money for a down payment and purchasing a home is just the first step in becoming a homeowner, and the PTR program assists homeowners whose property taxes are high relative to their income. According to the Department of Revenue's 2021 Minnesota Tax Incidence Study, quote, the property tax refunds offset 12.8% of the residential property tax burden, and the refunds offset a much higher portion in the lowest 5 deciles. One of the strengths of this program is it provides policymakers options for increasing the support provided to homeowners, such as increasing the maximum refund, decreasing the copayment percentage, lowering the threshold percentage for determining eligibility, and increasing the household income for eligibility. And finally, we just want to encourage the legislature and the Department of Revenue to continue to think about how to get the word out about this important program to homeowners and renters who qualify so more Minnesotans can get the help they're eligible to receive. Thank you again for the opportunity to testify, and to Representative Joachim for bringing this bill forward.
Thank you, Mr. Eager, for joining us and for your testimony. If the testifiers can stick around for a little bit, in case any of the members have questions, that would be great. Members, in your packet, there's a revenue estimate from House Fiscal. I wonder if Ms. Schill could just walk us through the revenue estimate briefly.
Good afternoon, Madam Chair and members. My name is Kathy Schill. I'm with House Fiscal. The revenue estimate, you have, make sure you have the as amended version, House File 1735 DE1. The homestead credit state refund would be impacted. The revenue loss, meaning the cost for the program, is $52.4 million in fiscal 2023, $55.2 million in 2024, and $56.9 million in 2025. The renter's property tax refund is likewise the revenue loss, that means the cost of the program, is in fiscal 2023, $15,700,000, fiscal 24, $16 million, and fiscal 2025, $16.2 million. These would take place for rent paid in 2021 and for property tax payable in 2022.
Thank you so much for that, Ms. Schill, and thanks for all your work. We appreciate it. Members, are there any questions for the testifiers or for Chair Joachim on House File 1735? I'm not seeing any. Chair Joachim, did you have any final comments you wanted to share with the committee?
Thank you, Madam Chair, and thank you, Ms. Schill, for walking through the revenue estimate. As I said, after receiving this back, we might be doing some adjustments to the homestead credit refund portion to fit within a budget for the division report. So thank you for your time and attention today, Madam Chair and members. And as you've heard in testimony, the renter's credit and the property tax refund programs are important investments that we make in all of our communities. I hope to have your support as we move forward a version of this bill into the division report. Thank you. And with that, I renew my motion that House File 1735 be placed, laid over for an, I should have let you do this, Madam Chair. I'm sorry. I'm going to let you do it because I'm clearly tongue-tied.
Thank you so much, Chair Joachim. So Chair Joachim moves her motion that House File 1735 as amended be laid over for possible inclusion in the division report. And the bill is laid over. Thank you so much, Chair Joachim. And I'm handing the gavel back over to you.